Alright guys, so I'm out here. I decided to just come for and have a quick stop, make myself some tea here at the boys' day camp. It's got a fire going. I'm going to drag the tripod over here, hang my pot, go pick myself some Labrador tea leaves that I can see right from the camp here all over the place, boil myself up some tea and sit here and watch the snowfall. Well, I've got the fire going. I got the water on over the fire now. Got the Labrador tea leaves picked. You can see them in the cup there. That's the bottle that I use on my day pack. I picked that one up dirt cheap at the old thrift store there, so I'm quite happy with that find. Just stainless steel bottle. And as you can see, I only paid a couple bucks for it, so that's pretty good. Fire's going good. And I'm just sitting out here enjoying myself a little bit. I mean, it's nice to come out. You can look around. See how beautiful it is to sit here and watch the snowfall. One of my favorite things to do is just to come out here and relax, just watch the snowfall. So we've had a busy couple weeks. Got in a lot of camp time on different we've got in a lot of camp time on different various camps here of late. It's been really nice to be able to get out so much here. We just really enjoy, you know, being able to come out and do these different camps. We've done I did my solo camp tarp where I was using the AquaQuest tarp. My wife and I had a couple days there where we did a hot tent and a cold tent camp. The kids did their Bushcraft challenge. It didn't go so well for them, but hey, they got out and got to try to do it, which is saying something, right? We also slipped in quite a few stays at the cabin too, so we got a lot of cabin life videos, some reviews on some different products like the new Charade survival knife. Not so much a review as just going over the product and what we think about it and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, we accomplished a lot here the last few weeks, and it's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for joining along with us, and those videos will be uploaded shortly. But yeah, I'm gonna just shut the camera off here for a little bit now and relax and watch some snowfall. So Caleb is out here. He decided to come and join me watching the snowfall and making some tea up here. So I'm going to take this opportunity to just have more of a get to know you kind of an event. So why did you decide to get into bushcraft?
Because I thought it would be fun to learn all this stuff and have it in case some type of epidemic or something starts spreading or something starts happening, and we know what to do if we had to come out here and survive.
So what is your favorite part so far about bushcraft that you've done and you've kind of really enjoyed that aspect of it?
Being outside and making shelters, and best of all, I like lighting fires
What do you typically use when you light your fires? What kind of equipment do you use? What kind of materials do you use?
I use my big chubby, my ferro rod. It's shown in my fire video. And to light, and I just use a striker I got, like it's just a piece of metal. And I usually use birch bark or fat wood.
So what kind of stuff would you like to see happen in the future to expand your bushcraft skills?
Doing like more outside challenges where we need to survive.
You attempted to do a 3-day, 2-night over bushcraft survival camp. How did that work for you?
At the start it went off rough, but we caught on. We got our shelter made and everything. We got our bed. We made a 2-man bed. But by the time we were finished and all, we thought, hey, this is going to be a pretty good sleep. So when it was night, we both agreed that my brother would be on fire duty. So we tried to get through the night. It got pretty cold. The fire went out. But
how cold did it get that night?
minus 15. 15 or 16.
And what time did you guys finally decide that you weren't going to be able to complete it?
My brother, I think, was around, at 2:35 and me at 3:45.
So, do you plan on taking up that challenge again in the future?
Yes, when I learn more about what to make and how to make it.
So, for those who don't know, the tarp camp that I did, I set that camp up in the exact same format that the boys were attempting to do for their bushcraft challenge, and that's why I chose to have my tarp camp with the Siberian log lay in the format that I did. It was almost an educational teaching in this is how you should have done it in order to have gained success with your challenge. What other kinds of challenges and stuff do you want to see in the future?
Like building shelters and surviving the night in your shelter that's bushcrafting, not a tarp.
Okay, that's a good one.
And solo camps.
Just gonna get my water off of here now and get it dumped into my cup. I got my tea leaves in there. Just gonna leave that steep away here for a little bit. Grab myself a stir stick.
Dad.
That's a little big. You can throw that on the fire if you want. So yeah, it's really nice just to be out,
Dad.
sitting here. I got one. Watching the snowfall. It really is a fantastic day for that, and it's you know, one of my favorite things to do, just to come out and relax, watch the snowfall, sitting under the shelter. This shelter, of course, the kids, they made this one all on their own. Month or so ago, we had a different challenge here for the kids where they built this all on their own with no help from the adults or anything like that, and they did everything from you know, making these benches and stuff, and the fire reflectors and the back walls and side walls, the tripods, all of it they did themselves. Made some cool camp tools, some tongs, a mallet, They made a bowl and boiled water in their bowl, all done by Bushcraft. That's in one of our kid camp videos called Bushcraft 101. You guys can check that out. It's on YouTube too. I can even put the link in the description of this video. But definitely worth checking out. And anybody that's thinking about getting their kids involved in bushcraft or the general outdoors, wild camping, public camping even, check out the videos. There's a lot of cool stuff on there that you can do with your kids and ways to get them broke into that kind of stuff. Is the general outdoor stuff is something that I think that we're losing throughout our generations here, and it's the kids absolutely love it. They want to be outside. They naturally want to go out and have fun and be in the outdoors, and it's as parents we've got to encourage that kind of stuff as much as we can. And in all honesty, it's not hard to get into or to do that kind of stuff with our kids, even if we're uneducated on it ourselves. It doesn't take long to do a little bit of research and even go out and learn with your kids together how to do it. It's a fantastic thing to get into. I definitely suggest that anybody get into it. I mean, it's been excellent for us as a family to bond and to just do things with each other and together, and it's definitely made the bond tighter with our whole family. It's got to steep away a bit more. Slide it close to the fire and let it kind of keep warm. So these containers that I'm using, I think I kind of went over it already, but I just recently picked this stuff up. This and that GSI cup. This was $3 at a thrift store. Cost me nothing. Beautiful little container for this. Fits in my little date pack absolutely wonderfully. That little GSI cup I think was $11 or something like that. It was bugger all. You don't need to spend a bunch of money to
get easy, good working stuff.
Yeah, to get into bushcraft, to get in on this stuff. I mean, it's a few dollars goes a long way, and it's more about learning how to use what's in your environment than it is what kind of gear you have or what kind of stuff you use. It's you'll pick up different things along the way. Really, you need an axe, a knife, a container. It doesn't hurt to pick up some sort of cover, whether it be a little tent or a tarp, or you can go to Walmart or Canadian Tire or whatever, buy a tarpaulin for as cheap as $4, and really you can get all the basics covered and have everything you need very, very cheaply. So since we're on that subject, Caleb is going to tell you what the 5 C's are that you need for bushcraft.
The 5 C's are cutting tools, as in knives, some saws just to make your life easier, axes. The second is combustion, as in like ferro rods, flint and steels, lighters, matches, maybe a little kit of a bow drill, anything like that. Third is container, which is what my dad just showed you. It can really be anything. A little canteen and a canteen cup. Anything that will be able to hold water with something else that can be over the fire and cooking. Fourth is cover, as in like the nice shelter we have here. Just a little tarp, even a space blanket to hang up as a fire reflector, or a little tent. Fifth is cordage, as in just cordage, paracord, any type of string you can use to string up tarps. Just do little camp stuff.
Should also be noted too that a lot of these things that he's touched on, such as cordage, can be made and found in the environment you're in. There's some simple cordage like spruce roots that are super easy to get and very functional straight away without any work. There's also other kinds of cordage you can make, like nettle cordage, that requires a bit of processing but makes fantastic cordage. And you can do this stuff right out in the bush. You don't necessarily need to spend money on it. Same with, like he touched on, for cover. You can make yourself a little lean-to. Container, you can do something very similar to what the kids did in their Bushcraft 101 video, where they actually made their own container out of a piece of wood. They burnt a bowl out and boiled water in that bowl with rocks. You don't always have to spend money to cover these sorts of things. A lot of it you can procure and find and use straight out of your own environment. And really, that's the heart of bushcraft. That's what you want to be looking for, is how to do these kind of things and become proficient at it. But we're going to shut the camera off here for a little bit and just enjoy some of the snowfall. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you following along our adventures and for taking a few minutes to get to know us a little bit better.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.